Hello. I am, it's been another 2 weeks, alright. Let's talk about it, I suppose. I'm, I'm going my speed right now. Let's see, I've been in Sweden for 4 months now. It's been a wild ride, let me tell you. I was 4 months last week, on the 4th, I believe. I'm, it's, yeah, it's almost Christmas already. The past 2 weeks have been really busy. They've been pretty fun, really busy. Let's see, 2 weekends ago, I went up to Gothenburg to see Matt and Mark and Lisa and Tata, and then also we almost met up with Maya, and then we could not find her. We knocked around the city for a little while, and then we went back to Matt's house and we made some good old North American style pancakes. I'm gonna stop popping my fingers. Went and we made some pancakes that didn't turn out as well as we had hoped because the baking soda here is different than the baking soda in America, so we didn't get as much rise out of it as we'd liked. They're still pretty good though. Matt smuggled over some maple syrup from his homeland of Canada, and so we had it with that, so almost everything is good with maple syrup. Let's see, then like the day after that, I went caroling in the square in Stortortåg, which is Swedish for big square. Yeah, we went and did that with my choir, Nova Cantica. It was a lot of fun. Swedes really like Christmas. Jul, as they call it. Which is where the word Yule log comes from. Yeah, so that kicked off my spree of being insanely busy with choir. Over like the past couple weeks. So we started with that. We sang in the square, and then we danced around the Christmas tree that's in the square and made frog sounds. It's a whole lot. Then after that, we went and sang. For the government people, which is the second government I've ever been applauded by, after the U.S. government for, yeah. Then, this past weekend, had a Lucia concert. Lucia is like, well, the story is Santa Lucia, well, I actually don't know the story off the top of my head, but it's a Christmas tradition around here. Kind of more on the religious side of Christmas than the commercial side of Christmas. It was really nice. It involves lots of candles. It's basically everyone wears white and either holds candles or like these stars. If you're a guy, you hold these star rod things. So I was holding one of those, and then you sing a bunch of really pretty songs about Santa Lucia, and yeah, so I did that, and then I had later, like that night, I had Alyssa, Claudine, Erin, Abigail, and Daisha and Nanaho over. And we hung out. We had like kind of Christmassy food. And we watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which is my favorite Christmas movie. And we stayed up till like 3 in the morning, which found out I had another choir thing the next day, which was a protest, which if you've heard stories from when I visited Italy, you would know that that is the second international protest that I've ever accidentally gotten or participated in. It's funny how these things happen. Then Monday I had choir practice. Tuesday, which was yesterday, starting at 12:30, like just past noon, I had a big performance, so we had to prepare, we had to rehearse for it. Big Christmas concert type deal, you know, singing like novelty Christmas songs, etc., Christmas carols, lots of costume changes, which necessitated shopping, so I have more new clothes to show you. Then I have that again today, not as long, it starts at 4:30. Then tomorrow I have something, I got some godforsaken hour in the morning. Then Saturday I think I also have something. Anyways, Christmas time is busy for musician people, as I'm sure all of my musician people know. Skip forward in the video if you don't want to hear me talk about gross stuff, but I've been having medical issues. A couple weeks ago, I got a little rash behind my knees, and I was like, oh, it's just a little rash, it'll go away. And then it did not, and so now it's awful, and the backs of my knees are covered in scabs, and they almost make me throw up just thinking about them. They're gross. So I went to the doctor today, and the doctor says I have eczema, which isn't really a surprise. My brother had eczema when he was a little kid, so I guess it just decided to wait until I was 18. So that's one thing that's made these past couple of weeks not great, because it kind of hurts to walk. If I'm wearing pants, they, yeah, it's not a lot of fun. Probably the worst part of the past couple weeks. This is kind of personal stuff. If you don't want to hear it, I understand. But for the past couple of weeks I've been very stressed out. Back home continues to both be a source of comfort and extreme stress all the time. In this case in particular, my friend Nick Attiani has been refusing to text any one of our friends. Not for our lack of trying. I've tried to contact him. James has tried to contact him. Caden's tried to contact him. He's not really talking to anyone. And it's really stressful. Nick has a poor history with mental health. so I'm very much worried about him. And I'm trying to stay focused here, but it's very difficult to be so when this major events are happening back home that you can't really do anything about because you're in Sweden. I'm sure all the other exchange students can relate to that. Aside from that, also Nick, if you're watching this video, text me, like, now. But aside from that, minor news, the Master Chief Collection released on PC, so I've been playing that a good amount. It's a lot of fun. But also, I got new clothes. I got a pair of white pants that are currently packed in my bag for the concert tonight. So, I don't want to get them out. I got this hat. Pardon my hair, I just got out of the shower. I got this hat, which I like a lot. It's very similar to my favorite hat that I own, as you can see. So I saw this in the thrift shop while I was looking for the other thing that I bought this week. Which is a flannel. So, aside from me being the biggest hipster in the world right now, from the looks of it at least, I also, I needed this because there's a section of the concert where we're supposed to be in hobo costumes. And I'm like, hey, homeless people wear lots of layers, and I want an excuse to go buy a flannel. So I went to the thrift shop and bought a flannel. I also got a lot of new socks. I got 3 new pairs of socks, and I'm very excited about them. So, this is the first pair. They're yellow. And they say fuck on them. Sorry, Mom and Dad. But these were all in the package, and I saw these, and I was like, oh. Oh, that's too on brand for how I'm feeling right now. I got these in Gothenburg a couple weeks ago. Damn it. Then, yeah, in that same package of socks. I have some black and red. I have Alienware socks. Better. My sock drawer is open and I'm trying to throw them back in, which is why I'm yelling vulgarities after each pair of socks. And then I have checkerboard socks, which if I get checkerboard shoes and checkerboard everything else, and I will be a living chessboard, which I think we can all agree is a good thing. I made it in that time. I'm very proud of myself. Yeah. My next video should be on Christmas, but I probably won't film on Christmas because it'll be Christmas. Although they celebrate on Christmas Eve here, so maybe. But I'll keep you posted. I'll be around there. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. It's been a wild couple weeks. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the middle of it still, but we're doing okay. We'll get there. I will talk to you later.
fuck you up if you're